sometimes you just eat what you're, you got to do things. Yeah, it's about compromise. But if I really want something else, I'll eat before. I'll do a double dinner just to get what I want. But because no harm, no foul. It's not like I'm getting my dick sucked. I'm just like, it's like fucking. You just got to move around. You got to maneuver around people. You got to. It's called the bang bang.
Is that why like married people jerk off?
I think honestly, I wish I jerked off more. It's like the thing is like if I jerk off, she's not getting laid for 3 days because at my age. It's like things are just different where
you can't.
I don't want
use that. That's your energy.
Like I don't want someone else, but she has to be realistic about what I want in general is less.
So you're doing like economics over this.
Well, because what it is sadly everybody has their love language.
Right.
Mine is don't ask me a follow-up question.
My
love language is praise. If I mean like just like nice stuff like. Oh, that was great, or what? Like but honesty. You know what I mean? Like someone that's really behind you. That's all I really need. Hers is touch, of course. Hers is touch, which is what is she the boy? Who's the boy? Who's the girl? You know what I mean? She's always trying to finger me. It's like,
and you're like, what the fuck?
I'm like, you're not going to second base.
Yeah,
it's Wednesday.
Yeah, always trying to put a finger up your butthole.
Yeah, seriously, God, I wish.
I mean, so you are okay with some of it. You just gotta tell her what you need.
It's not even about that. No, she's sad. All that stuff. It's about the quantity, dude.
It's too much.
No, and that sounds fucked up. But I'm telling you.
No, I
think about this. Like, are we rolling?
Yeah.
Okay, go. So
this is the intro.
when I was skateboarding and stuff like that, I knew how hard that shit was too. You know what I mean? It's like, and I do what I want to do and I want to do all these things and then I wanted to be married and I know it takes all this compromise.
Right.
But dude, I don't know. It's tough. We'll go, ask me again in a little while. I'm trying to figure, all I know is like, what were we saying? Ask me the question again. I totally.
What was the question? I thought it was about buttholes. I thought.
No. She always sexes out. And the thing that she won't realize, it's like, the honest conversation couples need to have.
Yeah.
Women, especially in my life, it seems like, you can't go, men are all men, stupid boys, all men, stupid boys. And then I was like, what about me?
Yeah.
Oh, not you, not this guy.
Yeah.
I'm above that. I'm elevated.
I almost feel like there's
it's a delusional thing.
Well, I think also that when women like hate all men and they say like all men are bad, I think part of them like it's because of their experiences and they've dated a bunch of bad men and they kind of pursue bad men because they've done it before. So it's a cycle.
Yeah, and I mean it's even less loaded. And that's more one of those things like we all say like things that we say like, oh God, this is killing me, or like, oh, stupid boys. Is like, but there's a little bit of truth in all that. So it's like,
yeah, of course,
yes, men. Most of them do leave all their hoodies on the couch.
Yeah, no, men are stupid.
I will piss on the seat till the day I die, and then I will wipe it off. And she knows this shit, but continuing to break the horse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And sometimes I break in different ways. She's like, he's broken, he's good, whatever. And then it's like, no, I just stopped peeing in the corner.
It's animal training.
I'm peeing in this corner.
But I think that's kind of what it's supposed to be. I think they're meant to show us the way.
And there's that thing for sure. And the thing is like, but sometimes it gets a little much where I'm like, listen,
yeah, you married
a not regular guy, like that you like all that stuff. You like the way I move, but like all of a sudden, like, don't take my wing away. Yeah. I can't fly with one wing. You know what I mean? So it becomes a thing where when we have to check in with each other and go, how much of this is about you trying to push me into a certain little things, because people don't realize it, but we are overbearing to each other where it's like, we love somebody, but we're like, sometimes a person might be like, why are you always, it's always a big ask, or it's always a thing like, no, we're going to do it this way. Because you know how people are, no is not enough. I said no. I hate saying no twice.
Yeah.
But when you're married, you say no, okay. You know what I mean? Anyways.
Well, I think true love is accepting people as they are. Mm-hmm. And then if you see potential in them, like you can push them that way.
Sure.
But the true love is accepting them as they are.
Yes.
And so I think like the problem becomes when you do too much in that. Like, because seeing potential in somebody is different. Seeing potential is good. That's part of the love.
Yeah.
But you can then take that to a point where you're changing them fundamentally.
Yeah. And to your point, it's like, that's where the brain goes with it, because it's so like, it's like I say it again, it doesn't have to be that loaded, but because what we put on marriage and everything is all these things where it's like, we're keeping up with the Joneses. It's like, I mean, this is how it looks, or like,
right.
There is all that, even though we say we're not going to, we all kind of push our agenda on each other. So it's really hard not to.
Yeah.
And
we all do it all the time.
And the thing is,
not even just marriage.
I love my wife, and I have friends that have wives that are like, it's things more, it's just like things where it's like, I can't golf on Saturday, dude. I'll get, like, there are people with a lot more rules that are like not, because it's not about me not wanting to be, I don't have separate, like, I'm out with the boys tonight, or I'm on the road all the time, like I get enough of that shit. But it's just a little thing where it's like, if you really know someone, you know that certain things are the button pushers, and what we do is we push those, and we go like this, we go, I can hit them all. And we do it, so we have to check it. I push her buttons too.
It's like Elf in the elevator.
Yeah. It's that thing. It's just that whole thing. It's kind of like this.
It's like Christmas tree.
It's like sometimes being in a loving relationship that takes maintenance, like anything else, and reason people give up, because sometimes it feels like this. Someone's just going like this for like 100 years.
Yeah.
It can feel like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do I do with it? So,
And every relationship is different too.
Sure.
I mean, like, I think the ideal relationship for me, if I could just find my wife already, it would have to be somebody who just like pushes me forward, like in the right ways, like kind of like what you're describing. Like I kind of need somebody to urge me to do the right thing.
She absolutely does that, but what's happening lately, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like we're trying to work through it. It's like, she owns a yoga studio, so we're both giggers. Like we're both like, she's like, oh, I got 6 trainees this quarter. I'm like, oh, I got 4 weekends or what. That's how we're doing. So when all of a sudden things get a little weird, and then I was like, I feel like she wants me to be more of a normal guy, and then I'm like, no, you can't have both. You can't have fun guy and then make him go have a boss. You know what I mean? You seen these guys with these jobs? I mean, you have like. You get a job for $100,000. These people will call you every day and talk to you and make you earn this money. Now I know what people feel like. Oh, my boss. I had one a while ago. I took a little thing and I go, holy shit. I don't even dislike this guy, but I wake up every day. I'm like, I hope he has the flu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's hard to be normal if you're a creative, like a genuinely creative person.
It really, and at the end of the day, it's like the things that I didn't think I'd have to worry about now, because like my step's kids are grown. Her kids, they live in the city. They're doing well. They work at Murphy's. They're happy. I go, we should be like newlyweds again. I go, I just gave 8 years of my life like raising these kids, and I love them and all this stuff. It's like, but why do we keep buying more shit and like getting more animals where like, I could be I'm on the road like we need to be more free. So it's like, we're going through a little bit of that stuff, because we got to remember that, what is that one saying? It's like, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Like The Shining.
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm just not, like, if you push certain people into like a thing, like a feral cat. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not a gentleman or anything. It's just like, there are certain things like, I mean, I'm a skateboarder. I'm a fucking punk rock dude. Like, I don't want to be worried about corporate bullshit and people like, I know we got to do all this stuff to live, but fuck, man, I'm trying my best to walk that line of like, fuck the rich. You know what I mean?
I feel like comedy, that's the whole fundamental point of it. It's like to ignite that play thing. I mean, I think all art is that, but comedy does it in a more in-your-face way.
Well, it's like disruptive, man.
Yeah.
And not like I'm trying to be like, just like prove a point, like, blah, like, but like, yes. That's why I love the young comics that people like, yeah, do shit, talk shit about guys that don't like the Rogans, like all these things, like, this is the time, and
actually be countercultural, right? Yeah. Like, it's good to be countercultural.
Yeah, it's like, who the fuck
it puts the art in the art.
I don't, even since I've been doing it 12 years now, and it's like, I don't remember, I mean, when I started, it wasn't the way it is now, even where it's like, everyone's so, comics never got along.
Right.
I mean, there were people always beefing.
Yeah, right. Like, why are we pretending?
Dude, I have stories been told to me by like old.
That's such a good point, dude. Comics have never. They're like, they don't get along. They get along worse than any other group.
And these people are still best friends, and some people are dead. Like, for example, like 4 years ago, what's that guy's name? The radio guy, Mr. Cowman, or here. There was a famous guy here.
Chicago?
Yeah, he's like, he had a radio show and they something Mad Cow or whatever.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Anyways, he wears sunglasses, but what he used to do back in the day is Bert from Zane and stuff would get people to go on the radio to promote shows, or kind of like doing radio. But he used to do bits on people. Like, he would railroad the comics, and he did it to Burr. Bill Burr was on, and he said something and railroaded some shit, and Bill Burr lost it because he caused a fight between him and Patrice that lasted 6 years.
How?
Because he gaslit some shit, and that's how these these beefs happen. Like, these people that are beefing now and stuff, this is the same shit as it's always been. But now it's on podcasts, and the people that are bitching now are pussies.
And they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
They're just like these guys. I mean, I don't care who they are, my best friend. If you have a podcast and you're a comedian and all of a sudden you're earnest or whatever, you can blow me. It's like, I mean, and that's what I'm talking about.
I would say if it's always like a comedy podcast,
well, that's
and now all of a sudden,
you know what I'm talking about. All of a sudden, it's like whoa.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like my opinion is even important now, but I know for a fact it's hurting your reps. It's hurting your comedy because I've seen it. It's garbage.
Well, Louis C.K. He was recently on Bad Friends, and he had an interesting perspective where it's like he just thinks everybody's talking about the same things, and it makes everyone sound the same.
And the thing is, like now, this is what I love about what he's doing right now. He's being gentler about. For some reason, he's like he seems like he has got some plan because he's fucking with a lot of different people that he didn't used to fuck with, and like I don't know if he's trying to train them to not to be kooks or he's becoming a kook. I mean, I read the book Ingram.
You didn't like it?
I mean, I like Faulkner too, but I wouldn't act like I'm trying to be him and write a fucking novel. Dude, I'm serious. Fucking read it, dude.
So you look at it as like a Faulkner imitation almost.
Yes.
See, I haven't read it. So.
I mean, but not that I could. I mean, congratulations, but holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't expect it to not be kind of a stinker. The first.
It's your first book. It's like your first movie.
Dude.
Yeah,
it's a novel, man.
Yeah. And I was surprised to hear that he wrote a novel.
No, movie even different because that screenplay could have been punched up by mad people.
Right. And a novel's so personal. It's like one-on-one.
Except for that he kind of took, he's like, there's a boy, and he, you know, and it's cool. All of it's there, but it's like, it'd be like if you were in school or something, they're like, you know, plagiarizing Faulkner.
Well, but I get what you're saying. It's like if you were the biggest Scorsese fan, and then you tried to make a movie and it looked exactly like a Scorsese movie.
Or just like when you start doing comedy, I mean, I probably was accused of it too. No one ever said it directly to me, but like, friends are like, oh, he's doing Soder.
And it's the whole finding your voice.
Well, it's finding your voice thing because, that's why I don't watch comedy, but I didn't really have that. I mean, there was Comedy Central, premium blends and stuff, but when I was starting, there wasn't like every fucking day someone's content to look at. So I never was studying people like that because I really worried about being like someone else. But
yeah. And Louis C.K. said that about comedy because like I think the whole comedy thing is like, I said to you before, like I think 90% of stuff is mediocre, 99% of stuff, like 10%'s okay, maybe 90% is probably mediocre.
It's like the financial dynamic.
Yeah.
The 1% of the 10 or 10% of the blah, blah, blah.
I want to say like the actual phrase is Pareto's law or something. Like there's an actual, like it's a scientific thing.
Yeah.
And it's across all fields of everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I just try to remind myself of that when I see all this too. It's like, but the drama... the drama, I think, is an interesting thing because it has been reinforced by social media in a way that no one could have predicted. There's literally channels that are just dedicated to talking about this drama. And so I think where it all really started was kind of with podcasts and Reddit because Reddit developed this weird hate-watching thing for comedians.
Well, it's the thing too.
And I think like while everything you say resonates with me, I think so many people take it way too far, and then they just hate comics to hate comics, and they don't even understand what they're talking about.
Like I went off on a friend a couple days ago. Like I go, dude, I was like, I cannot believe we're having a conversation about a podcast and. I can tell that you actually are believing everything you hear. Like, are you a pedestrian or are you a comedian?
Yeah, right.
Like, if I want to ask my mom what John Travolta's doing, like that kind of thing, like my mom thinks she knows what's going on because she reads People magazine or something. It's like, it's the same shit. And so when I see comics that are coming up and they're talking, oh, that's fucked up what happened on blah, blah, I'm like, oh my God, dude, fuck you.
Because they're just saying the thing.
They don't even know.
Yeah.
I heard that Tim Butterly's arguing with Louis Gomez. It's like, dude. What? These guys are blowing each other. What are you talking about?
And it's because some channel made a 30-minute video talking about one conversation that they had.
Oh, everybody hates Tony Hinchcliffe. No, they don't, dude.
Yeah.
They fucking blow each other.
Yes.
They hang out.
And the thing is,
I have friends that are disgusting people that are still my friends.
Yeah. I look at it, I really think what's happening is this is just the people who make these videos and the way that this, I think the only... Actually, I guess you could go all the way back to Redbar because he's probably the one who really started all of it.
But the thing with him, though, at least in this thing that they don't know about him, dude, he likes a lot of these people too, and I've talked to him about this. Dude, that's his stick, but he never wavers from it, and that's why it's fun. People want to get on there. They want him to smash
But then some comics do take him serious.
Well, yeah, but the ones that are being pedestrian.
Yeah,
dude. If you can dish it out, but you can't take it, you're corny, dude.
Oh,
you're fucking corny.
I've never thought about him that way, actually, because I've always kind of hated Redbar. But the way you just put it, I guess I get it.
He came up here a long time ago, way before me, but he was a comic.
Yeah, Chicago,
David, right? Or something, whatever.
That is interesting.
Like people like Marty DeRosa knows, or people old, like probably like someone that's been back a while, Callus, or like guys that are still here. He was around.
So it's kind of like these people are seeing Redbar and just not getting it.
And I did stop watching it because this is what happens to me too, because I'm an old dude where it's like for example, the guy that from Fresh and Fit or whatever that blew up the Akash Singh thing. After being on that podcast, I go, let me see what's going on with this pussy. Because I mean, the whole thing is corny to me. I mean, just as a skateboarder in general, watching this guy hold his boy's pocket and fucking get all excited and talk about black. I'm like, this guy, I mean, back in the day, he just would have got laid out. But that's not my problem. You know what I mean? But then I went into it, and then to your point about watching the videos, all this content, I couldn't, even going to his page, I couldn't find. All of a sudden, I think I'm getting the real thing, and all of a sudden, some little incel goes, "Well, thanks for telling me to subscribe to my thing." I'll punch these kids. I told my two kids.
I hate it.
I told my two kids. They're both. Thank God they don't rollerblade and they don't act like that. I go, because the fucking no, dude, no kooks allowed.
I don't think these people. So what I was gonna say is, these people who make these videos, I don't think they've ever been to a comedy show. I don't think they've ever met a comedian. I don't think they've ever sat in a circle around. I don't think they even know what that world is like.
And the only reason I have like a face to the name with these kids too is because of doing certain shows with people that have these big podcasts.
Yeah,
they'll come up to you if you're with these people. For example, this guy walks up to me and goes, sign my nipple. Had a shirt off at a show, and I was like, dude, shouldn't you be like me?
Who came up to you?
A skank fan. Like you're talking about these guys, like they worship these things, and like to them, a fan's a fan, but it's like, there's a lot of these people are like, it's wild.
Yeah,
it's like, like it's
a cult almost.
Well, it really makes me check my like. Remember, you're an adult now. You can't be like nerd. Kook, you know what I mean? Like, because like as a skateboarder, you think about this, like there's certain kook behavior that's like you just can't be fucking with these people,
right?
You know what I mean? And I run into that shit.
Yeah, and you have to yes and them.
I was like, yo, not today. I mean,
did you sign the nipple?
I signed it really bad. I said, this is fucking retarded. And he laughed, and he had a broken tooth. I mean, and that's fine. And they really do care, but it's like, it becomes this thing.
Right. And it happens more than once. It happens over and over and over.
I mean, like once they buy in, I mean, and these podcasts have created, just like these games, like these worlds people create, they create these worlds and go to these things like it's like following fish. I mean, it's cool. It's
cool, but it's also so it's kind of how I look at it, it's kind of like when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's not good if they love a version of you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude.
And it's kind of the same thing.
That's so true, dude. Absolutely, man.
Because I feel like all these people are creating a version.
Well, here's a great example how these fans get too, like how these people get. They're not my fans.
Yeah.
So my show, me and Karen Fian have a show at New York Comedy Club once a month on Sundays. And so this last one just happened, and we had like a juicy lineup. You know what I mean?
Juicy.
But like, when that happens, because of the clubs, of course, they put that person's face on the thing. And then this is a showcase show. It'd be like if fucking... I don't know what the example is here, because anyone that kind of pops in Chicago that still lives here is like a celebrity. So like, whatever. So I'll just use that as an example. It'd be like if some like so-and-so's at Laugh Factory tonight at 7:45, and then all of a sudden it becomes about them. Right. And then what if that person doesn't show up? They're sick. So that happens. So this guy walks up to me, and then he goes, what happened to so-and-so? And I go, and I make it real nice, say all the things. And they get really, they're territorial. They're like, well, I don't want my money back, but I'm going to hold you to it, DM me, and let him know that I'll take my apology in person. This is what these people deal with these cunts. Like, no, you paid to see the show, besides a refund,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the price in some ways.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and what are you going to do? It's kind of what you're signing up for.
Because once they fuck with you, and dude, forget about it if they give you $1.99 a month. Right. They own your ass, dude. They own your ass.
They're like Patreon.
They're like, I want another EP right now.
You're right, though. You're so right, because they literally
$5 a month, brother. You better come over here for dinner.
What do you do about that? You just accept it?
To your, yeah, because just like me, it's like, this is what we do.
Yeah.
You do the podcast. You ask them for money. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
I feel like you just have to ignore it to stay sane, even.
You have to, I think with everything, you have to take responsibility while you're there.
Yeah.
Because it's a free fucking country, supposedly. So you can leave. You don't have. That's why I say in relationships too. It's like I love my wife so much, and I bitch about it a little bit. But it's like I can always leave if it's something I don't want or she doesn't want. But that's the thing, You ask for these fans, and so that's why most people are very gracious, and that's why I don't love comics that really indulge in like they can't even take a second if they've let these people around them. You know what I mean? Like at Skankfest, Shane Gillis, like he couldn't even walk around this time.
Wow.
Which is like, that probably kills him because he just wants to,
Couldn't walk around, meaning people would crowd.
Yeah, because when you're that big now, it's like, he can't really hang out.
Wow.
So,
and that's the first time he's gotten to that point, probably.
Well, he's about to sell out something field in Philly. 68,000 seats.
Yeah, I've seen like the videos of him doing arenas and this. It's weird to me because what really put it in perspective for me, funnily enough, is it was some podcast and it was Mr. Beast, and he was saying that when he had 10 million fans, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But once he had 100 million fans, he couldn't go to Walmart anymore.
No,
he couldn't go to another country anymore.
And some people really think that that's okay, and then some people are like, no, this is horrible.
It's horrible. I think it's horrible.
Well, because one thing I think that, and these are all problems I would love to have, but it's like there is truth to these comics not being able to get an honest rep.
Yeah.
Female. I don't mean just guys or what. I'm just talking about comics. Like there is probably a point where it's like you're that good where at least you're probably like Carlin, like you're writing your whole act and trying to, in certain levels. They talk about like Eddie Murphy. He couldn't do it if he wanted, there's things like that. But it does suck because it's always a catch-22,
And people have such expectations because like that thing, they've created this comic in their mind.
No, because the thing, you can't bomb anymore.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean. They really
And so if you can't get it on, even if you like false name and you go, but as soon as you hit the stage, if you're someone like that, and that's great. And I've seen certain people that know how to get around it always because they just don't give a fuck and they're gonna go for it. You got to go hard.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to be like, I'm not gonna pander, and then it happens at every level.
Because they already like you and they're gonna like you already no matter what. Yes. So how are you going to then win people over?
But the thing is, hopefully they don't have to worry about that at all because like someone like Shane Gillis is that good. You know what I mean? But it's like because you also probably can't count on your friends that much anymore. Hopefully you can, but it's like. Everyone wants to say yes to you.
Yeah, I've heard the best thing I've heard famous people say about like how do you stay in touch with yourself is, I just have friends from before I was famous, which is a weird thing to think about because it's like that makes me think if I ever get the success I want, it's the people I know now that I can trust, not the people I'll know later.
And that's the thing. It's like I was lucky enough in my life to, I have a lot of friends in comedy, but like my core, my five fingers as I call it, it's like 3 dudes from New York that I've known since I was 18. My best friend, Joey. Shout out to Joey in Long Beach, working in skateboarding. And then my wife. Well, 7 fingers. I got the kids. But it's like, that's it, man. And that's all you really need or whatever. But it's like, yeah, dude, it's like people that trust you that really, really want you to do well.
Yeah.
I have people in my life that like old friends that like, I should be giving them more of my time because they're like, I am so proud of you or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
Stuff like that. But it's like everybody, it's just.
It's because there's no reason to doubt their intentions.
Yeah, absolutely not. And also being very honest with you, like, I was bitching to my friend about my marriage a little bit. And I call him because he's always going to have a, like he said, he goes, but why do you think maybe, like, the thing is you have to do is like, you're like, I'm doing everything. I can, but like maybe you're doing too much of one thing and not enough of another. There's all these things that you have to problem solve if you want all this shit in your life.
Yeah.
and people are like, all this is fine. Like the mentality I like to have is a lot of things that I really love are not fun.
Yeah.
They're really hard and I want to keep them in my life. So I'm always trying to maintain them.
Yeah.
Because fun is like, I think Sean Penn said a long time ago, he's like, acting's not fun. He's like, fun's an 8-ball and a hooker. Like acting's hard. Like, you want to talk about fun? Fun's like, I don't care about anything right now. You know what I mean? That's fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
fun
it should,
in that way.
I don't think it should be fun. Yeah. It should be like, you should be pushing yourself when you're doing it. Yeah.
That pushing yourself and also like always like building people up that you love, because I think people, if they realize more that self-esteem really comes from helping other people.
Yeah.
Being of service.
I mean, that's, to me, that's life purpose.
Bro, dude, they keep saying it, and people keep, and they it's always in the people protesting everything. It's all about the people, and our basic thing on this planet is to take care of each other. But we say that, but obviously the way they're trying to kill us all with everything is that true. But you can lead your own life like that. And all I do, it's like, anytime I'm feeling super fucking bummed or whatever, I'll usually get a call that somebody needs me to do something for them. Like, just be there for them. And I'm like, cool, great. Thanks for getting my head off myself.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you think you have to concentrate on yourself. You do, but it's about giving it away and bringing it in. And that's what makes it all flow. And that's what I try to do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because people are like, you help a lot of people out. I'm like, it doesn't hurt me I don't need to hoard the small amount of like connections I have. If I can help somebody, I will.
Yeah, and I think people think success is like this rare thing, and they hold on to their little bit of success, and they ultimately it's envious, and it's self-righteous, and it's just self-serving, and I think what you find is, like you just said, I mean, you put it really well, because for me, one day I was on 5 grams of mushrooms, I was laying on my bed, and I realized, like, boom, my life's purpose is to shine my light on other people. And how do I do that? I don't because that's what I can do best. It's just what like my urge, my inclination is. And so how every moment I spend not doing that, I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
And so then like ever since that day I had that epiphany, I've just thought, well, how can I most effectively do that? How can I affect people in a way? And I think the more time you spend worrying, like it doesn't make sense to sit there and think about yourself, because it's actually, in a way, to help others is selfish.
Yeah.
Like, if you really just you should be selfish in ways, but to sit and think like you're so important and you're right and you'd be so amazed if you just let go of that, and then you start like pushing, like putting yourself towards others, and then like seeing what they give back, the amount that feeds into you.
Yeah.
And then also all those relationships start to just build this mountain that you don't even really understand you're building until it's been there. And all that stuff's so foundational, and you have to put yourself in people's lives. And once you've done it enough, like that purpose just comes naturally. Well, you feel gratified because you're doing it. And the thing
that's it's like, and first I just wanted to your point about like what you want out of this is because, whatever this, if it's supposed to be funny or not funny, we're just having a conversation, because what it is like, there needs to be more people that are just interviewing and talking, like we're having a conversation. You know what I mean? And like, that's the thing, is like, cause you can go on a podcast and it could have been like you're saying, like, hey, so what's going on? Like this guy, whatever thing. And that's not what we're trying to do.
Right.
Because you're doing something that's going to want people to come on and be like, oh, I got to know Aaron for this or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's what builds a thing, because people love to be interviewed or talk about something when they know someone's actually has good intentions with it.
What I always think of, I did an interview thing. It was called 60 Seconds With. It's kind of how I started doing interviews in the first place. Yeah. And the whole idea was I show up, I do a whole regular interview with somebody, like 15, 20 minutes, and then I cut it down to a 60-second interview and do all this stuff. And it went really well, but that was how I started developing these relationships and doing interviews. And what I realized was it's not even... what makes it work is like what I'm doing, that I'm showing up and that I'm acting like a person.
No, absolutely.
That's most of it. Because what people get wrong is they'll want to be an interviewer, they'll want to do a podcast, and then they'll treat it like a show. Yeah. And they'll show up and they'll be in a suit. And they'll try to do all these things, and they'll try to entertain. And I don't think... I'm most entertained by things that aren't necessarily... Like, I just like seeing people... Like, with a podcast, I just want to see two people talk. Yeah. I don't need to see you, like, try to entertain me and be funny and be showy. Now, that's fun, and you can do that.
Yeah.
But I think with the podcast, you have this opportunity to, like, give it a full, extended look at somebody as long as you do it right.
Well, that's the thing, is if we had another person on here, we probably would be banging off each other a little bit, but this is like, that has this thing to it.
That's why I like doing one-on-one, because when you introduce two people...
Otherwise, it has people... I mean, I've been on podcasts with people, it's like, I can't keep up with these, like,
No, you're so right.
like if someone's always got one, hey, it's like, I mean, if you're doing that, it's like, dude, you can't keep up with that. You're like, smack him, stop, make him stop. There's not a punchline there.
It's like thing 1 and thing 2, and you're just sitting
there. Here it comes again. It's like fucking playing pickleball with a fucking deranged middle-aged white man.
Oh man,
I love fucking bits. But you know what I mean?
See, I don't even mind if I get one of those people, because if it's one, I can kind of corral them and have a conversation.
Yeah.
But you got 2 of them, it's over.
And the thing is, too, it's like, I mean, it sounds crazy, but like, you know, just like comedy and everything else, this podcast shit has every spectrum, like from open mic, because it's a DIY thing, all the way to Rogan or whatever. So it's like all this stuff. So that's, you got all these people.
It's infected in different industries.
Well, that's
now.
what I talked to a guy after a show, like, what are these conversations? So what do you do, man? What are you, what are we dating? Like, but this guy, I go, well, what do you do? He's like, I listen to podcasts.
That's what he said?
I was like, I was going to save this pill for myself. Here's the cyanide. Just take it right now.
Oh, I thought you were Morbius. I thought it was a red pill.
It's like whatever. It's like, die. Here you go. Just whatever. You know, take this pill and put yourself out of your misery. You know what I mean? It's just, come on. What are we doing here?
Yeah, that's painful.
And I love the guy. Like,
he listens to podcasts, and that's his life.
I didn't know what to say, because it would be like me saying, like, so what do you do in your spare... You know that Peyton Ruddy joke that he did on Kill Tony?
I think, yeah.
The Black Lives Matter thing?
Yes, yeah.
It's like that. It's like, what?
Yeah, that's not a job.
That's not a thing. It's like, I pooped today too, and I didn't tell you that. You might want to bring us as a talking point.
What do you do for a life? What do you do? I piss and shit.
I mean, I guess you could say a hobby is podcasting, or like just like reading.
Well, listening to podcasts. If he said, I do podcasts, that would be better.
It's just the way he delivered it. I go, because it was kind of like, it showed me like how he got to where he was that night. I go, oh.
It all checked out.
You bought tickets to this when you got paid on Friday.
Yeah.
You took your sweatpants off.
Yeah.
Put on a different pair of sweatpants. Came to the show. You know what I mean?
You probably know me better than I know myself.
Yeah, exactly. My God.
Yeah. Then that's the weird thing too, is just the podcasts have introduced this. Like, I have only experienced a small, slight bit of it, and I know it's only going to get worse the more I do this, where people will be like, oh, you said this one time.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, God, you know what I say?
Dude, I swear to God, like, the thing is, too, it's like, because it's so saturated, and I do have friends that, like, and I will, when people tell me to post the podcast stuff, and I do, but it's like, and then I do that, and then people that I know, and I'll tell a story sometimes, and I've gotten calls like, what did we do that time? And I go, it's true, like even like friends, like, even though you didn't say their name, it brings up it brings up them going, are you still mad at me? I go, no, we're still friends. It's 30 years ago, but you did snitch on us, you know?
Yeah.
But like,
and that never would have happened before.
But like, and now it's like, I was like, oh no, this podcast gets 9 views as is, and 7 of them are you know, people that are, like I said, my 7 fingers, the people I love the most.
Right.
Well, honey,
I'm just assuming every time my mom doesn't watch.
Yeah, or I was like, I wasn't going to share any of this with you, but since now that it's on my Instagram, I guess we'll just talk about it. So I can recap. Why'd you say that?
That is so funny, because like there's many things I probably would have never revealed if I didn't do this. I mean, it's like, why not? It's going to come out.
So I won a but there was a podcast at the Comedy Store right before COVID called Liar Liar or something, but it was this it was a female comic that came up back in the day, like a legend. I forget her name, Laura. I forget. Anyways, but it's 2 comics come on. They tell one lie and one truth, and then all the listeners email in, whatever. And I had this whole thing that happened to me, 9/11. You probably weren't even born, but we were at the Mercer Hotel in New York City, and I was so drunk and coked up and all this stuff, and I was with this girl, but Steven Dorff was there, this actor, and I was so fucked up that his assistant kind of distracted me, and then, you know, he fucked my girlfriend. And I didn't say her name, and I talked about that. Sure a fuck enough, dude. Like a month later, I get a call, she's like, what did I do? I go, we're not going over this. And I go, I don't care if you admit that you did it or not. I don't care. I take full responsibility for being not caring, you know, but dude, you know, so then I'm just like, you know, and here I am saying it again. Her phone number is.
Yeah, right. Mr. Dorff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never been taken out by a 5'7".
I think honesty is the best policy.
No, it really is, dude. It's so hard. It's so hard for all of us. I mean, I try to, but it's like, you know, sometimes like the truth with little things, it's like, you just wish people would pick up the nuance where it's like,
right.
I'm telling you, I don't want to say no twice, you know, and sometimes, I mean, I've told people this before, I'm like, do you want me to lie to you or tell you the truth?
They want you to lie.
Because the news is the news.
They want you to lie.
Like financial things, that how people get like in White Lotus when the guy's like the Bernie Madoff character, when he's like trying to test the waters. His wife's like, what would you do if we didn't have $1 billion? She's like, I'd kill myself. He's like, never mind. You know, shit like that. It's like when you feel like, oh, I can't tell you what's going on. Like in this world, people should be able to tell their spouse, like, hey, this extra gig I have, I'm not talking about myself. This could go away. It's out of my control. So just be right. Oh, what about my Amazon? You know, whatever the fuck, this livelihood shit. So there's all kinds of things.
Because I think it's dangerous if you don't, if you just won't say things. I think that
you're hurting them more.
Well, and it's like again,
like protecting your kids.
We were talking before we started recording about like addictions. I think it's the same as like not being honest with yourself about an addiction.
Dude,
you're going to create the problem's going to build on itself, and eventually that even just that elephant in the room gets bigger and grows, and it's the whole room, and then the room gets destroyed. Like
and you know what the root of that is? The root of that is when you don't self-reflect, you've went back, you've raced to the bottom with a lie. You started with the end outcome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You start, because it always comes out, dude. Even if something doesn't happen, everything, I think people always know when they're being lied to.
Spiritually.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a block. It's like a closed bridge that goes up and you can't pass. It's just.
I think of it like a bullshit meter. That's how I like to think of it. I think everybody's got their own bullshit meter inside.
And your belly, I call it your guts. Your gut gives it to your gut, goes like that, and you go.
You push it away.
And you push it away, and that's all you do.
Because that's what I'm saying. People want you to lie to them. So I think that when like your natural inclination is to push it away and ignore it. And the truth that it's like you should always try. You said earlier too about like you don't always know, what was it? You don't always know the wrong way, but you know
Rich Voss told me this actually. He goes, I don't always do the right thing, but I know when I'm doing the wrong thing. And you get that by going, let me take my own inventory instead of other people's. It's like the thing, like you can point a finger, but 3 come back at you. It's the same shit. It's like if you really kind of, and I don't do it all the time, practice this like, and then think about it, and then you might go, I'm not going to smash him right now. I'm not going to do that. And kill him with kindness. I try that stuff, you know. But also, I've been guilty of this too. Like the reason we get lied to sometimes is because sometimes you shouldn't ask questions you already know the answer to. Like, did I do well on stage today? You were there too.
And they're gonna,
you know, that's one example of it. And then in relationships, this or that. It's like, you know the answer. You want me, but you want to change my answer.
Right.
Which is
it's like testing the waters.
It's bullying. And we do it to each other. We push agendas. You know, when you have a friend, you're like, hey man, well, it's like, sorry, you know, you only call me when you have a problem or whatever. You know, the thing, people just get like, I shouldn't have to tell you this.
Yeah. People
that you know that you have to lie to or whatever, or you have these problems with, it's because it's like, man, it's like you just want me just to fucking tell you. You know what I mean? Is that what you need? I'm convinced that people only like having their boots licked or being yelled at. They don't like the middle. The middle's too gray.
Well, and the middle's difficult. I think
because the middle means you have to be
content.
You have to be content with what you have and what you wanted, and you know, radical acceptance of things. People don't like that shit.
No,
they don't. They're like, "Are you sure I can't do a guest spot on your show?" No, you suck.
I had that happen to me.
Oh yeah, it's happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's so.
But an honest person told me, he goes, "This was like 5 years ago." I said, "Can I do comedy on state with you?" And he goes, I'm telling you, like I've told everybody else, and someone has told it to me. Are you ready?"
Yeah.
And he goes, the answer is no. And he was fucking right.
That's good.
And then when I did do comedy on state, I was 4 for 4, you know?
Yeah.
Because I was fucking ready. But it's like, dude, so it's another thing. It's like, one, you're going to embarrass me. You're going to bomb. And so it's almost like, you know, you got poop on my finger now. You're the one that finger poked through the toilet paper, not mine.
But what do you have to... You can only be honest with those people too, because if you sugarcoat it for those people,
and this is the thing,
they're gonna just be mediocre forever. They're never gonna break the mold and try to be different, and because they just they'll take that opportunity for granted if you gave it.
And
to
then
them.
like this whole thing with like, dude, the people with receipts, like this person said, like all that stuff too. It's like people need to realize it's never going to change. We're always going to talk about each other.
Yeah,
we all hate each other, love each other, all that stuff, whatever. But it's like this whole new thing, dude. It's like, dude.
Oh, it's a whole new world, yeah.
And because what it is,
like we said before about clip farming, like you'll literally have people just trying to get stuff now. They just want you to say something.
And I'm so grateful that my kids are both like kind of like they like to have a girl, they like to play video games, they smoke weed, they work. They love their anonymity. They're just different kids. They're like Gen Z, like kind of like, yo, I don't know. I love what you do to Dad, but like, how do you let everyone know your business?
I've always been like when I see people who don't have social media, I'm like, I wish I did not create things.
Like my son, like that, my youngest, he's 22. It's like the way he is with everything, like with video games, he's so good at all this stuff, and like he's real smart. I go, well, why don't you make money doing video games? He goes, because this is for me. Like I work really hard. Like I want to play Skyrim or whatever. Like he's building something. He's like, I do that on Sundays. I just worked all week. Like it's like I'm like you're amazing. You know what I mean? But he also gets wrapped up in that shit. But Snapchat is what fucked with his mental health, where he had a really bad scare with some stuff, and it was because all this shit. And then I was so happy to watch him just 16, 17 just go, I'm good. Because a lot of kids fight for that their whole life, and then when they're 30, 35, they're still vacant and empty and still trying to keep up with whatever thing. So.
And I think like fostering that independence and keeping things for yourself is such a good thing to do.
Yeah, and like, dude, the most honest opinion I've ever gotten of my comedy is from my sons, because it's like, think about having a Gen Z kid and being a Gen X person, where it's like, they can, I can take it, you know what I mean? And like, I want honest feedback, and I can tell, and I've given them the room to be like, I never say like, your dad killed it today, or your stepdad killed it, whatever, like, no, whatever that stuff. I don't ask them to come to shows. It's one of the, like, actually, I think it feels good that they're like, they brag to other people about it or whatever, but they never talk about it to me, which is cool. Yeah. Cause that means it's like fucking, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, but it's like, I love it that they're not total losers.
Yeah, I think the world trains you to like care so much about everything and always be there all the time. And like, I think even the way people think about texting drives me nuts.
Oh, like, dude.
Like, you expect me to reply to your text right away? Do you understand? I have a life, like a world exists within my reality that you have never been in. Yeah, it's like they don't know.
I tell people all the time. I go, but I'm very communicative. Like
me too.
The one thing that I've never ever wavered from, and kind of where I have a little bit of what I have or whatever, is because no matter what, I get ahead of shit. Yeah. Because I got trained to do that, because when I first started, when I sucked, I used to put together shows with bigger comics. So I would go on the road with these guys. So I learned the responsibility was like, nothing can go wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm constantly communicating. I see someone's like reading a room when you're doing shows. Sad person, make them laugh. Oh, this person. I see it. So I'm always trying to communicate. So I'm never really chasing an explanation or whatever. I try not to, because that's how you got to get rid of it. Not dealing with it, but
chasing an explanation.
Like just like, like trying to get someone, like, instead of just going right to them, just go like, I cut all the shit out. Yeah. If someone said something to me, and for example, the show once, me and another guy, same level, he popped with some weird reaction video, whatever. Anyways, we're doing a show. And then I could already tell, I go, this he's going to sell this out. And so instead of just not talking about and seeing what he said or whatever, I was like, bro, congrats. It's like, you're going last. I'm going to go, I'll do 30, you do 30. And it looks like you're going to have a meet and greet. You know what I mean? And by doing that, I diffused that whole thing of like, but instead I could have been like, oh, the club can, not, because I like, not like confrontation. It's necessary. Yeah. Not confrontation, just up front. Yeah. You know what I mean?
In addressing that, rather than
because what it does is like, basically, I'm trying to be a mind reader a little bit. Like I'm trying to get ahead of, I'm trying to be 2 steps ahead of, like, that's going to be a problem. Or like when I used to host at Laugh Factory, I'm like, okay, she's going to be a bitch if she doesn't go first or whatever. I'm going to have to put her right there so she doesn't cry for an hour or whatever, whatever. Stuff like that. Because why? Who cares? You got to move around people.
And you have to. You kind of figure it out over time that you have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe my only truth to my astrology sign is a Cancer. I mean, we do kind of.
I think that's the difference between what producing and like doing comedy, right? Is you actually learn like the politics of all that. Because
that's another thing that I learned too. It's like when I'm wearing 2 hats, when I produced Creeps with Kids at the Portage Patio Theater with like Robert Kelly, Rich, like huge tour.
Oh, cool, man.
700 tickets sold, right? So when I'm doing that and I'm not on that lineup, I don't even act like a comic. Like I'm there, like I was in a screaming match with the sound guy, and then it was funny because the old story, because then Bobby Kelly of all people was like, Aaron, calm down. And I was like, fuck you. Like you're telling me to calm down. But but I had to be that guy. I had to be the enforcer. And that's become kind of my thing, where it's like, if I'm there, the people I'm with know that I'm going to address what's happening.
And you have to, like, if you're the person responsible for putting it together.
Well, that's the thing, and they know that I'm going. Like Kristen Toomey has an old. I mean, have you ever had her on?
No.
But Kristen, like, we were doing something once, and we're in Canada, and I show up, and I produced it. Well, I did the deal, or whatever, and I walk in, I'm in the bathroom, and I'm already stressed because it's not selling, and it's because there's a lot of fucking, the comics like it's a club, but it's not really a club, and then I'm dealing with like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah. And then I went into the bathroom to pee, and there I saw the flyer, and it was wrong, and like Kristen was like, says I ran out of the bathroom. I think my pants were still on. I was like, yo, like, you know what I mean? But like, you need to be that way sometimes, because people need to know that I'm going to say something. You know what I mean? I'm going to say something. Yeah. I'm the guy. I think one time I was at a show. I think
that is a great image, because that says it all. Just running out of the bathroom.
I think Danny Callis once, a long time ago, something was going on. I don't know if he was running the show, or maybe I was, or something, but something was happening and something needed to be said. And he goes,
"You're the guy.
You look like," or just what it was like a comic. This guy, like, yeah, you're gonna say something.
Because the thing is, like, people are timid. People are timid, and you can't be a timid producer. You can't be a timid.
At all. Yeah, well, it's like, because you're trying to do something. Like when this happened to me, I'm at Comedians Know, I'm on whatever in the lineup, but they're starting the show, and I'm talking to someone at the bar, and my voice, though deep or raspy, projects, and I just hear on the mic, and if Aaron Putnam could shut the fuck up. And Danny said that, and like, I was like, my bad, dude, because that's what you got to do, dude. Yeah. What the fuck are we doing? Some of these guys don't have bed frames. They don't know how to wipe their own ass. You gotta, like, tell them to
and you're like the one corralling everybody. You're the one that's supposed to be coaching everybody.
And to point to it too, it's like, if you're doing two hats, you can't just be like every 2 seconds, but I'm a comic. It's like, because then you're bleeding. You're like, please just know that I'm also that. It's like, why does any of that matter? You're creating a service too. Like, I mean, what I'm doing on those nights is more important in some ways, because that's how we're making money or whatever. So I do get a little salty sometimes, which is about me needing to be more confident about, like, I'm comfortable with all the things I do too, because sometimes I'll get a DM where it's like, hey, so-and-so said you're the guy, and then I'll be like, I'm not a producer or whatever, because I don't know these people, because I don't want to be known as someone like, that guy will book you, because if I wanted to own a club, I would.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that horseshit. So I tell people, like, do not, my name should not come out of your mouth to other people for no reason. Like, oh, you know who can help you out with that? I didn't check with them, but
that is,
fucking Brian Morton did that to me once years ago.
What now? He
fucking
told everybody.
He told some chick that he probably wanted to bang or something. Fucking, oh, you could probably trade yoga with Aaron's wife for video content. And I called him. I said, listen, don't fucking do that to me. And then a few more years went by, and I go, you got other problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
I don't know anything about
he's thinking of you as this big producer guy.
But what it is I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I said, listen,
he's playing a game.
I said, if you want me to have a conversation with your penis, whip that dog out. Send me a dick pic and I'll yell at him. But otherwise, you're taking the hit, because don't tell me that you were trying to drum up my wife to give some free yoga classes away.
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
Bringing all that into it. Yeah. Because I feel like producing, you're gonna attract so much. I like how you're that's a good way to put it. Just avoid the label altogether, because what's gonna happen is people start to, it's that opportunity seeking thing. It's that hanging around.
But also, I have to deal with the fact that, like, and some of it was true at a certain point. And when, if my reps are down or whatever, it's like, there's always going to be a thing. When I'm doing big shows, it's like, there's going to be certain people that I already know. They're like, oh, he got that because, what are you going to do?
You can't do anything.
But like your DIY, everyone's doing it. It's cool and admirable in some ways. And then there's other people like, it's like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean?
And I think you're always like going to have people talking shit about whatever you do, no matter what. Right?
Of course. And what I've just assumed is, like, that's why I'm always, people gossip me and stuff. I go, Oh, I just 100% assume that the different cliques of people, we're all respectful to each other.
Yeah.
We all don't talk about each other online, but I know groups of guys that are just like, we all don't fuck with each other. I mean, in that way, we all have our little group. There's one guy, there's one king, all his jesters, and that's how it goes. And we could name any group of people.
Yeah.
The girl, that's a girl, and then there's her tree, there's her olives. What the fuck, man?
It's cliquey.
Which is, I'm not cliquey, so it's like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I always put my foot down if I'm somewhere and someone I really know fucking big times me for no reason because they aren't comfortable in their skin.
Yeah.
And that's happened to me in green rooms in Austin and shit like that. So it's like, stuff like that. It's like, okay, I see you. You're a piece of shit. So right. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'll clown somebody to their face.
Because I feel like it's a vanity thing when you do stuff like that.
Well, this is the thing. Here's a really good example. Peyton Ruddy could have been any kind of cocksucker to anyone he wanted literally in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
He was there, and I won't say any names because the person that did it was like so low on the pole that I was like, oh no, you sent out the janitor to fuck. And I don't know, it's just really weird because there was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And all the other people, and this thing, and I go.
It was in Austin?
Yeah. And so I go, oh. And I was talking to my friend later about it after her spot, and she goes, yeah, it happens here all the time. It's like this thing where it's like, just don't talk to me. Hey, man. It's like, that's how you're moving in here? You're like terrified?
At the Mothership?
Yeah.
But like happens all the time, meaning what?
Meaning like people in general, if you are, I call it like the 6-man thing where it's like, you're around some people. Like if I'm with the person and other people aren't around, it's not like, it's like, don't ignore it or anything, but there's all of a sudden a weird like, oh, hey, man. That kind of shit. And that's what people have chips on their shoulder when they go to other markets. If they go to New York, they're like, oh, I thought I was cool with that guy. It's like, yeah, but you're at the cellar and you're walking up by the table or something where everyone sits.
I've heard that about the Mothership. Like
dude. Well, this is what happened to me is in the room, I had already done my spots. I was at Creek and Cave all weekend.
Okay.
And then I go over to the Mothership and a guy that I know is headlining the big room. And then Peyton's hosting, and then like there's another dude, the middle. And then a little boy, my friend, was doing a spot. So we're running over there. So we get in, there's no like, I'm up here. Basically, long story short, I got a vibe like all of a sudden it was like, hey, what are you doing here kind of thing? A little bit like people that it'd be like you walk in the lunchroom and the biggest, most popular person isn't even bothered with it. But then it's like some bottom feeder's like, let me see if I can create some chaos or
right.
some. And so long story short, I was in there for about an hour, but I was moving around a little bit. I don't know who did it, but then all of a sudden some Navy SEAL pussy walks in and goes, I need your phone. Or I need to lock your phone up. And I've been in the green room for an hour.
Yeah.
And I got up and I go, no, totally fine, but I'm going to bounce. I'm good. And I told my friend and she goes, I'm already outside. I go, oh yeah, why'd you fucking leave me in here? So anyway, I said, and then really big comic is in there. He goes, why'd you leave or whatever? And I told him, he goes, what the fuck? And I go, dude, it's not a big deal. I go, it's just lame.
Yeah.
And Peyton, to my point about Peyton, so, I mean, I'm so happy for him. 1, 2, that's why he is where he is, because the kid doesn't move with a lack of confidence, dude. He's confident, he's funny, and he doesn't have to be mean.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my example.
You think people are mean?
Well, I think they just don't know how to handle just being like, you're in the room now, you know what I mean? You have a choice right now to not even like help people or do whatever, but it's like, just don't do that.
Yeah. Well, like the whole security guard
like if
thing.
I would have walked up to Peyton Ruddy, someone that, 1, I didn't know he was going to pop the 2, I've helped him, whatever, like just a great guy, whatever. It would be very odd for him. I know he would never do this because he knows who he is as a person. So he would never be like weird in the room.
Yeah.
We're talking for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, not like, yeah, like looking around, that thing. That's all I mean. And maybe I'm being too sensitive, but this person that did it, I go, really? I said something to him and he goes, no, man, I was and the other people were like, he's probably just in his head. I go, but that's not good enough because that means that I misjudged someone's confidence as a human being. Let's go with that. Kind of things like not on my watch. Yeah. You get some rollerblades.
Yeah, that's your bullshit meter going off.
That's my kook meter.
Yeah, your kook meter, yeah.
Kook meter went off.
Yeah.
We got a kook,
And like I just, So, like, from what I've heard, because it's so funny, because a few episodes ago, right, I had Dr. Rabbit on here, and she was on Kill Tony once, and she had a good appearance. The audience responded to her well, and she reached out to me after I had Martin Phillips on, so she wanted to come on. And
he did really well on there too, right?
Oh yeah, Martin Phillips is so funny.
Someone hit me up about him and said, "Oh no, I love Martin," but someone said, like, "Can you?" That's the thing I would want to help somebody. Sorry, and we'll go back, but he said Martin really had a great set on Kill Tony. Like, can you help? Like, I go, because that's the whole new thing. It's like there's that credit. They're like to everybody, and like it doesn't always work that way. But it's like, well, yeah, I've always loved him. He didn't need Kill Tony to tell me that.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah. So sorry. Go ahead.
But I was Dr. Rabbit. So she comes on the show and she's telling me about how when she did Kill Tony, I don't think she was on, but she had just been in Austin. So it was after her appearance, and she was coming back to Austin, and she knew somebody who reached out to her and said, "Hey, come to this after party." And at I forget where the place is. It's a well-known venue.
In the Cave or
something like that. I can't remember. And so she goes there, and she's at the after party, and Tony's drunk, right? And Tony, like at first, I think it was Redban comes up to her, and Redban sees her, and he's I was about to mix up Redban and Redbar. That's a tough one, folks.
Well, one of them used to do comedy.
Yeah.
Two of them don't.
Yeah, right. But they both push buttons on a computer. Yeah. But anyway, so we got Redban coming up to her, and he says, like, "Oh, hey, it's you, Dr. Rabbit. Come over. Come on, come see Tony." And so he brings her over.
Come on, Tony.
Yeah, come on, Tony, right now. Come on me while you're at it. That's a Redban quote. And so she brings her over to Tony, and Tony's all drunk, and Tony's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And he's just drunk, so he's kind of like says hi to her, and then he says, "Oh, wait here, I'm gonna go over here and do this other thing," because something's calling his attention. Yeah. So she stands where he told her to stand.
It doesn't move like a tree.
Yeah. And granted, she might have been a little awkward about it. Who knows? But the security ends up coming up to her and saying, like, "Hey, why are you standing?" They said, "Don't hover Tony. Why are you hovering Tony like this?"
So he fucking ratted her out.
I think what happened was Tony was drunk, and Tony told her to stand there, like, genuinely. But just the security, it's like you're saying, people go on these little power trips. Like, they think they have to police the situation.
And the one guy that came into, because I saw what happened with me, is like, what I did is, I'll explain it. The green room, if you go outside the green room, there's that nice little balcony to watch the big boy room.
Yeah.
And so as I'm sitting in there going, oh, it's a bunch of people talking. I could watch a podcast if I wanted to see people blow each other or whatever. So I wanted to watch my friend, who was amazing. The headliner, he's sold out, whatever. So then I think I walked out, and some manager, some other, they're all yes people, whatever. He kind of looked, instead of just being like, "Hey, how are you? Can I help you?" And I would have been like, "Oh, I'm in the green room. I'm with so-and-so, whatever." Cool, whatever. But he just looks at me like I can't read a fucking room. Mm-hmm. So the up and down look, and then sure enough, 10 minutes later, when I'm sitting down there minding my own fucking business, the guy comes in. So this is the thing where, just like I would do in some store if someone was talking to me, I start telling people who they are. Mm-hmm. To their face. And I didn't do it in there. Yeah, but I just go, "I see what's happening. That's cool. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to trace it back for you."
Yeah.
I got let in as a peer, and here we are now. So find out who let me in, why you're giving me shit, and then you guys can all blow me. It's like,
did you ever see the Andrew Callaghan thing where he's talking about it? He's did
he get vibed too? Oh, he got vibed, yeah.
You saw it then,
I was trying to watch it for some real content, and he did bring that up, the interviewer. Yeah, he was saying something about it because he was interviewing something else, but he brought that up as an
I think
analogy.
What it was, do you know the story?
I forget exactly what he said. Something about he was there. He said something. What did he say? Was he?
So he went with somebody else, like that was his friend.
He crossed the line, or he overstepped.
I don't even think he did, though. I think Andrew Callaghan, Andrew Callaghan, for those that don't know, he's he's more of an interviewer.
It's great,
but because of that, he's not really a journalist. He did a whole.
He's like a Hunter S. Thompson, if you ask me, because like he's going places. He's a person of the people, and like he'll sit down with someone that might want to chop his head off.
Well, I suppose the reason I set the story up like that is because of the way it goes. Because I wouldn't call him he's not CNN.
Sure.
He's not all these things. He's more of like a guerrilla journalist.
He might want to get the truth, yeah.
Yeah, and he's very, he had these two, he was the only person to interview Hunter Biden. Those were the two big Hunter Biden interviews. Yeah. Like that would have never happened if it weren't for somebody like him. And he's gone to all these different events. And I like what he does because a lot of these people who do this style of journalism is they'll kind of just dog on everybody and make everybody look stupid.
Yeah.
And I think Andrew Callaghan actually brings some humanity to it.
No, because what he does is like, dude, he actually gives the person the space to burn themselves down or lift themselves up.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is, because they want a platform. So that's the closest we're probably going to get to any of the truth until he gets a little more famous, and then he's either going to keep doing what he's doing or he's going to become somebody else.
Now I think about it, he also interviewed the guy who was the last person to talk to Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So
that was nuts.
That's when I was trying to watch.
That was the day after Kirk got shot.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what, or he was there, like something where it was just like
he was the one talking to him. Yeah, the one that was asking him the questions.
Yeah.
Like I think he said something to Kirk, and then Kirk's mid response, and boom.
And I feel like the reason he's just so present. You know what I mean?
Callaghan is?
Yeah. Just so, I mean, that's like
he's on the pulse of it.
He's on the pulse. Like he's actually going right to the source kind of thing. So it's kind of like,
and we need more of that. We need more genuine, like, let's just let these people say what they want to say and not go past and say our version. Let's let these people say what their actual thing is.
And he's talking like a human being, because he's saying things. He's like, you know, when he comes into his own personality too, like he's very much just like a skater kid. He's kind of like, nah, man, like that shit's phony, like whatever. Like he's got that. So like that's what the youths have to be like, is like your middle finger has to be up, dude.
Yeah.
And he's got to be trying to find shit, because otherwise they're hoping, like all these young people that are acting like they're old. We don't need that shit.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be acting old. Like you don't, like, dude, you got to be crazy a little bit. Like we need you to be crazy.
Like hold on to that.
But
youth
not
rebellion.
just with like, all queers stand with Palestine or something. I mean, not all the big ones. Like fucking, like how about just disrupting some shit for real?
Yeah,
you know
like
I mean?
I think like it's like I was saying earlier about like you have to be actually countercultural.
Yeah, not a banner on a street in Manhattan and you're from Iowa. Like I'm talking about like just changing your relatives.
Yeah,
do something else.
Like something genuinely controversial. Like make it do the thing that you think. Should I do that?
And don't be delusional, because it's like I said, like I remember a comic, because I would never steal. It's so funny. But someone put that thing up. It had a big banner that said, all queers stand with Palestine. It was for like white lesbians from Manhattan. And the guy snapped back and he goes, you're going to need that as a parachute when they throw you off a roof. Like to think like Palestinians like lesbians is crazy. Like a lot as a government. You know what I mean?
Wow. That's a great joke.
Dude, it's a burn.
Wow.
That's a Rich Voss joke.
That's impressive.
Not even a joke. That's just Rich Voss being hilarious.
But anyway, Andrew Callaghan was at the Mothership, and somebody like, I think he wanted to microwave something. It was like something like, or he didn't want to, the bar area was chaotic.
I remember that it was so absurd, and it was like, it turned on him really quick, where he's like, well, okay, I'll leave. Or whatever.
Yeah. So the friend who invited him there says, hey, like this seems a little chaotic. Why don't I just bring you up to the green room for a minute?
Yes.
And then he's like, are you sure? I don't know if that's a good idea. And then the guy's like, no, it'll probably be fine. And so then he goes up to the green room. And I think like the whole premise of Andrew Callaghan telling this story is like somebody asked him, why haven't you been on the Joe Rogan podcast? And he said, and his answer was, one, either I'm just not famous enough, I'm not socially relevant enough, or two, maybe because of this thing that happened. And so then he says the story. And like, he's up in the green room, and now that he's in the green room, I think he's microwaving something or just something. He's just hanging out in a corner.
There's a little fridge there. There's like a full bar. It's a tight little room.
Yep.
So when you get up, it's like you farted. So to his point, he probably was like, everyone else is having a drink. I'm gonna grab what do you say, tea or what was
something,
or
microwave
something. Like what if there's food in there? Everyone else is living like it's just like, isn't this great?
Exactly.
And all of a sudden,
and I think Joe Rogan himself saw him and was like, and someone had said, oh, that's a journalist. And I think that's the story, is because Joe Rogan wasn't entirely familiar with Andrew Callaghan, and all he knew was, you're a journalist.
I mean, and that's fair.
And why is a journalist in the green room? Who the fuck let a journalist in the green room?
Yeah,
that's what he was thinking.
Because that's just like when somebody gives me information in the wrong tone.
Yeah.
And then I run with that. That's what he ran with, because to him, that's a wall up.
And I think, and the way Andrew Callaghan tells the story, he didn't like say any shame on Rogan or anything.
No, because I think that's another thing. He's mature. He goes, I get it. But the way it was set up, that's kind of how I felt. I was there. I was invited in. I didn't ask to be there. I've done spots there. It was like there was no like, no, but I didn't bleed for anything. So it was very off-putting. So I was like,
it's odd because like, and I think like comedies, and like you said, everybody's always fighting. But now you're starting to see the whole Austin thing butt its head, where you're starting to see comics come out and talk about their problems with this,
what I'm
where
saying,
you didn't
dude.
see that before.
And that's like, not even naming names too, but there are certain people that are like, and he said it online, but he's like, when I have 300K, I'll release the names. Because it's kind of being a joke, but like, I'm so glad we're at a point where people
imagine Trump like, I'll drop the Epstein files. Just give me 100 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah, and he said it online, so it was Asmus though. So it's so funny because someone like Jeff, dude, he's so good, and he can have his opinions too. So yeah, these guys are coming. They're coming too. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that smart jokes are going to win.
Oh yeah, I think real always wins. I just like to think reality's always going to win in the end.
Because at the end of the day, it's like at a certain point, it happened to me a while ago, and it was a lesson too. It's like my reps were down, and I was in a room that like you don't want to bomb. You know what I mean? And I fucking bombed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just those kind of things, you know. How you're perceived and stuff, and it's like you got to take the responsibility sometimes.
You have to. Well, I mean, I think that's something a lot of immature artists don't understand. It's like, and I think comedy teaches you that. Excuse me, comedy teaches you that better than anybody. Where it's like you learn through those failures, and and you can't lie to yourself. Yeah. Because if you lie to yourself, you're going to keep failing. You have to eventually take responsibility and take stock and go, well, what could I possibly have done differently?
No. Full disclosure, like Friday night, and the comic that was on the show with me, been around a long time, and he's my friend. Yeah. But like, you know, enough to break my balls. And I pretty much took a hot one on Friday. Like, first of all, it's a casino. You're dealing with a lot of things, but you know, my reps are down. Whatever it is, you know, I'm trying new shit. And we were talking after, and I didn't bring. You know when you stink up the room. And before the end of the night, though, something came up. Some girl came up to us or whatever, and I go, oh, she really likes. He goes, she would have liked you too, but not tonight. Because you got to get it in there. You got to get in there. Oh. And the thing that I had to live with is like when you bomb in New York or at the club here when everybody's around the peers and stuff, don't ask any questions. Move on and try to prove them wrong and that you had a bad day.
Right.
And the thing is that I realized, I go,
because we all have bad days.
But the thing is, like when my reps are down and I'm not writing and I take a hit, it's like if I do that enough times in a row, there are people that used to think the jig's up is what I'm saying. Like all of a sudden they're like, oh, we thought that guy was that, but and you got to live with that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Especially when you've established yourself.
And that's the thing is, and I never said it like I established myself, but like if certain things are happening and they're like, oh, he gets a lot of stuff, and then it's like, oh, but I followed him and he fucking, you know, whatever. So there's that thing. So you want to kill. Yeah. And then it sucks when you don't. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Am I a loser or no? Am I a loser?
Yeah. Or just it's all that self-esteem stuff, but it's like, you know, it really is about being honest about where you are. Yeah. Because there are people layers above me that are still making this, and they say like by a certain age, like by 50, you have to have certain things figured out. One, relationships, how to keep them, how to communicate, because that's how you move as an adult. Like Aaron's gonna do what he said he's gonna do for the most part. That's how you gain success, I think. That and just knowing your lane. Like I have to deal with things. I started late with comedy. I may never get exactly everything that I wanted, but I'm doing what I'm doing, and so I have to be realistic about that stuff too. You know?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're just not happy, and you're still not getting it. Like I'm at an age where it's like my material is not going to do as well in Brooklyn unless I really, really work hard on it. You know what I mean? Because like talking to my kids, like what am I going to do? Start like changing my lingo, like, yeah, so I was so bricked up yesterday or something, you know what I mean? Like I got to be myself. So my audience is changing too.
Yeah. But if you don't, accepting that.
But if you haven't already made it, it doesn't mean I have to do all my shows in Topeka in the back of a bar, like some road dog that's like just never made it, you know, but also it's like, yeah, maybe I'm not going to have a Netflix, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's, and like, that's okay. Yeah.
And that's why I take pride in the other stuff I do, because I could easily I am industry in a lot of ways. I mean, the amount of shows that I've produced, like, I mean, I look at that as like, maybe I will be a manager when I'm older, you know what I mean? Or whatever. You just, you know.
It's hard, dude, because I think like you never really think of, like, I think people look at success as this weird binary thing. And I think all successful people never really know. Like, I think it's imposter syndrome. You never really feel like you've made it. You never really feel successful. The real ones, the people that are so successful, they're so humble, dude. Mm-hmm. They really are. Because it's like, it's almost like you can't move any, like a real alpha energy, male or female, where it's just like you move slow with intent, and it's tough for us to have that. I mean, I wish I always had that. Sometimes I have it, I'm like, I feel fully in control of this thing. Yeah. And then sometimes it's like, fuck, man, this is crazy. It's nuts. Do you have a time limit here?
Yeah, I got a little bit of an out. Yeah. What about you?
A little bit of an out?
Like a hard, and I mean, like, what time is it? Like, say, like 20 more minutes?
20 more minutes is perfect.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
I guess, like, well, at this point, then, if we're going to get towards wrapping up somehow, we might as well talk about your comedy a little bit.
Sure,
right?
sure. Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So I guess just even, dude, like, with your whole... I mean, you've done comedy for how long?
Since 2012.
2012. And like, how has everything changed along the way? Just doing like what, obviously you've experienced success, but like
some success, but it's like really like what I said, like, I mean, I kind of trauma dump all, like whatever. I just tell him, it's like, the thing is when I got sober, it's like being Arrested Development. It's like I might as well have been 15 again.
And you got sober how long ago?
I got sober, like I started August 8th, 2012.
Oh, so right when around comedy.
Right. So then, because what it was is, I did one mic in New York in like one bringer show in New York in like 2011, but I was like yellow drink, like, but those aren't excuses. I would never COVID doesn't count, but it's like what I'm saying is like I don't remember even having 6 minutes together.
Yeah.
So then I had to learn that, like, I started off, if I could do it again, I would have not invited people to shows, to bringer show, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't regret starting producing like famous comic stuff, doing it because I knew all these people from New York already, but I regret starting that way because I'm earning the trust that I had to build. I could have just put my head in my book and done it, because there is a thing about wanting to earn it in an organic way.
Yeah.
But then like the success started coming, like I would get a little, and that's what happens. You get that 10 minutes. You're like, ugh. And it's like I'm killing or whatever. And then what then? And then the choice is like, do you work harder on your book and keep writing? Like, and there is truth that these people that they throw out these insults, like, oh my God, write a new joke for God's sake. I'm so guilty of that.
How long did it take for you to get that 10 minutes?
I would say because of my horrible ADD approach to like time management and like in the book and doing so it took me probably a solid 10 where I wasn't nervous, probably like over a year.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, I'm being honest, where it's like, yeah, I was doing us, but I was like, oh, what happened to that? I was forgetting stuff, and I
like a solid 10.
Because when I started really working on my stuff, like I was like, oh my God, that's not a 3-minute joke, that's a chunk.
Yeah.
So I had chunks, and then my hour came together. But it's like, I just feel like, yeah, it took me about a year to really, because it would be hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like whereas like if I was doing. When I did my first show at Comedians You Should Know, it was like that. I was like, it's all right, it's 12 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. But I was like, it was a thing. And then it's because I wasn't learning to relax.
Yeah.
Because you got to stay in the pocket and let it really come. And so, and then it got really good. And then like some things happened, and then COVID happened. It's all these things. So I think it's just up and down, peaks and valleys. I think finding the middle, you know what I mean?
Would you look at like success for you as like a linear thing?
Absolutely. And like, I feel like 100%, it's already been proven to me. There are three ways now. Viral,
which everybody seems to expect.
Unearned, flash in the pan, unless you really work on it and you get your bones. Someone like Trevor Wallace, some of these people that actually become dogs, but had these audiences, goes, I'm not wasting this. I'm going to get, or they disappear.
I would even say, who's the one that everybody dogs on for being hot and doing the crowd work?
Matt Rife.
Yeah, but he put in a lot of work.
Well, that's the thing.
That.
People don't know that about him. When I started, I saw him at Hilarity. He was like 15. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you can't take anything away from him. And he's actually was kind of a goofy looking motherfucker before they dusted him off. His teeth were all snaggly. I mean, he lifted some weights. He's okay looking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd fuck him. No, I'm kidding. No, but it's like, whatever. But it's like, there's that thing. But then there's like, for the 90% of us are just grinding away. Because I've talked to enough people, they go, no, dude, that's your first pop. If you're lucky, you get 4 of them in your career. And like, they'll be like, I've been doing it 30 years. I'm on my 3rd pop. Like reinventing, like there's all these things that stay relevant. So there's all this shit.
You said there's 3 types. So viral,
just the people that are just come somehow fully evolved. Mm-hmm. These people like when, I think I heard a story, like when Gerard Carmichael first went to LA, if the Illuminati people, if the people like Green Light, like that guy,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Those doors, Michael Che, it just seemed like they just kind of opened.
Yeah, yeah.
Not because he doesn't deserve, but when you're cool too, like all these things are happening, it's like people, they want you around.
Yeah.
So that's like 2%.
Very rare.
And I think some famous comics say too, it's like for the most part, by the time, the earlier you start, the better, because by the time you're 35, you've been on the road touring for a good 5-6 years. Everyone knows you. And then the big guys took you. So that's why these bigger markets are like, all these guys are, I used to open for him. Oh, he used to be my opener. Now he's this, all these things.
Yeah. And that's the third one.
Yes.
So 1, 2, and 3.
So it's viral. TikTok's going to go away. Being just a phenom.
Okay.
And then just hard work.
So viral, phenom.
You're starting to notice that you'll ask me a question and I'll get around to the answer after I give you a fucking. No, but no. True.
I like the way your mind works.
No, because that's the thing. It's like for the most part, it's like it's about surviving and endurance and getting those reps so you are good enough when it does come, people don't go, oh, I thought that guy was this shit. Like Tony Hinchcliffe.
Right.
They're starting to realize because whatever, I think he started out like we all do, like, and I saw him, like he was doing it, you're opening for people, being on the road, doing all this stuff. But when you become cocky and then get all that, it's like, and then people it always comes, the jig's up. You can fool people, but not all the people.
And you can never stop sharpening that blade. You can never stop and just sit in that win. You have to stop, you have to say no, you have to reject the win and then just force yourself to lose again.
And then I would say the only other most important thing is dude, being liked by your peers is so important because at the end of the day, you get robbed of the one important thing that will always be there is if you know that you stink.
Yeah.
And so when you spend energy trying to get people to go, yeah, man, you know what I mean? Instead of going, come, you know what I mean? Because you move different.
Yeah.
And then you got all that on your thing and you're worried about so-and-so getting something, all this stuff. And that's what happens. And the people who's that one dude that moved to New York, Dan Decimo or?
Oh yeah. He moved to New York?
I don't know where he is.
Well, he was from Chicago. I
don't know where he is now, but Olivia Carter, he's moving and Louis looking at his shit, whatever. It's like this guy, he never, some people are always around. They're pushing come on, book me. This guy, all he did is just fucking write great jokes, dude.
Yeah.
He just wrote great jokes, and he goes, North Bar open mic, doing all those things, not asking, doing shows, and all of a sudden people are like, have you seen that one kid? And that's what the real people are looking at,
right?
Because if Louis C.K. is commenting on your TikTok, they're coming for you.
Wow,
you know what I mean?
And that's moving. It's like the phenom thing.
Yeah, or the phenom, or it's
I guess it's the hard work.
The hard work thing. Because it's like my acting teacher told me this at Atlantic Theater Company in New York a long time ago. He said, talent is God-given. And if you have it, if you have the thing, it's great. It's great to have the thing.
The thing.
My dick moves without me touching it. I can do tricks or whatever, you're elevator, whatever. If you got it, great. But at the end of the day, this is a cobbler's job. This is a craft.
Yeah.
So putting in the work. So he put in the work because he's thinking about his jokes and not about if so-and-so is going to put him on fucking Comedians You Should Know or whatever the fuck.
Because it's you're playing the long game.
You're playing the long game and as soon as you look thirsty,
you're see-through.
But if you're undeniably good, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you're not and you're trying to get it, that's the whole thing with asking for things, like I said, asking for things before you're supposed to and then having someone either be honest with you, or lie to you.
You want to be undeniable.
You want to be undeniable. But then it's you're not asking, they're like, of course, dude. The answer you want is, oh, dude, of course. But the thing is, too, if you're friends with someone and they're getting that stuff, if they asked you to do it, that's the most honest answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so a lot of us don't ask. I mean, I was butthurt about something a while ago. I was like, oh, he didn't ask me. Then when I reflected longer, I go, and then I started seeing the pieces together. I go, oh, that person is connected to this thing somehow. This present looks better for this thing. So why would I go to a friend and go, hey man, but I'm your boy? And some people are like that, always want to ride. My black comic friends are like, it doesn't matter, man. It's us. And that's great. But it's sometimes the show, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot on it. So you don't want to put your friends in a position this is my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, I could talk forever, dude. I'm going to be good and mature and stick to my time limit, and I'll wrap this bad boy up.
I appreciate it.
What we do at the very end of the show is, one, a message for the children. Right? The kids are sitting on a school bus right now with headphones on, and they're listening to us, and they've heard all the things we say, and they're like, these guys are really smart. These guys know a lot. These guys are really wise and intelligent, and I think they've lived enough life that if they give me a piece of advice, I'm going to trust it wholeheartedly and follow it to a T. And so you're going to give them that piece of advice. It's up to you. It's your responsibility to give the kids the best advice you could possibly give them. And 2, the social media is where people can find you.
Perfect.
All that good stuff. If there's more content of you they can consume online, a show they can go to, the floor is yours. I should tell you, this comes out like a week or probably like a week from now. So real soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So boom.
So that's really twofold for me. So coincidentally, I consult for a treatment center for adolescent mental health, Ridge Treatment Center. It's for adolescent and emerging adults. And what's going on now in the world with kids, and I only learned this by being a dad. It's like, if you want an honest answer, talk to a kid. So don't, I just want kids to know that like there are people that are listening. So kids can trust, the reason kids trust certain people, like if they're trusting us talking, is because I will say it right here on this podcast that if a kid wants an honest answer from me, they will get one.
Yeah.
And I know that what a kid needs is support to feel encouraged to be themselves. And so if that answers your question, it's what it is like there are adults that know that kids are smarter than adults. Because what we've done, we've blocked out everything about our guts and our feelings to fit into a hole, into a peg, you know what I mean? And do all this stuff. And kids are confused because we're supposed to be showing them that they have a voice.
Yeah.
And so
I think we learn to...
We start lying.
We learn to box ourselves in.
Yes. And kids will tell you right away, man, kids, they don't like to be lied to.
No.
They don't. They're really smart, and they're our future, and...
You ever see the movie Magnolia?
Of course.
One of my favorite running threads throughout that movie is you can tell, like, it's like the kids in the movie are the ones who know everything.
Watch the new movie Family Rental with the guy that won an Oscar for being the fat fuck, the whale.
Oh, yeah.
But it's about these...
Brendan Fraser.
It's about these people it's an agency in Japan because they're so oppressed by society that like people are like doing role-playing things, hired an agent, so he was hired to be blah, blah, I don't want to spoil it all or anything, but the kid has a line in it, and she goes, so you're not really my dad? And he goes, I'm sorry, I'm not, because he really, and she goes, why do adults always lie?
Yeah.
And it's so true because, dude, you turn kids, we do this to these kids.
We train them.
We train them to be fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Because we are still fucking broken.
Yeah.
We already fucked up. We have them and we fucked them up.
Yeah.
My parents fucked me up. That's what we do. So the very least you can do is let them have a fucking voice.
Yep.
And if they tell you they're fucking trans or gay, fucking buy them a present. I don't know. Shut up.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Just let them do something.
Because I'm seeing these kids try to kill themselves.
Yeah.
I'm helping. So, yeah.
All right, man. And then social media.
Comic_Aaron Putnam on everything, Facebook, Instagram. I'm not on Twitter.
It's X, dude. X. What the
sorry
fuck?
about that. Yeah, X. The closest thing I have in the city is I'm headlining Comedy Vault Batavia January 12th, and then I'm featuring for Luis Gomez all that weekend.
Hell yeah.
But then I'm at the clubs in the city and then on the road. And yeah, hit me up if you have any questions about mental health either or need any help. To be serious.
All right.
Yeah.
Hit them up with all your problems. You heard it here first, folks.
My problems? Oh,
They're problems. Your problems are your own.
My number is 917-804-7960. Call me. Whatever you need. Absolutely here to help.
I hope you live to regret that. I have never had anyone reveal their phone number.
No, because at the end of the day, I am very attached to my 917 number. It's my only phone number. That's a New York number, but
you're crazy, dude.
No, because dude, if I can deal with telemarketers, I can deal with vetting if this is a real kid calling me. Because if I can help a kid, you got to be accessible to kids, man.
I guess you're right. I mean, I respect the bravery of such an act.
We'll see what happens. I can always just change my phone number.
I'm gonna start getting a bunch of spoof numbers.
But also, like that number's on the internet because of me consulting for this company and helping them. It's like it's kind of a business development thing, so it's part of that too.
That's cool. It's almost like
it's a work phone.
You have your own hotline.
It is, and they gave me a number that faxes right to them. But at the end of the day, I also say I am not a money guy with this where it's money over people. So like I just try to stick myself in the middle, and if they need the help, they can get it. But if they need it locally, I'll help them get into something locally too.
Yeah, and it goes along with your other thing, man, where everybody just needs somebody. We all need somebody. Dude. Everybody just needs a little bit. And I think it's such a good way to put it that kids just need they need to It's like a flower that's waiting to blossom, dude, and they just need the water.
If I had a fucking dad when I was growing up, I wouldn't have been, and we didn't have YouTube back then, so it's like, how do I shave? How do I act like I'm not insecure? Like, I did a play called Orphans by Lyle Kessler, and it's like a famous play, but it's about 3 people, 2 brothers that are, their parents are deceased, and they meet this gangster, but he becomes kind of their dad, and he says a line, and he goes, all a kid really needs is a little encouragement. Because I'm telling you, some of these comics too that are like, oh, he's such a fucking pussy or whatever. It's like, oh, because he has 2 parents and he was able to relax as a kid and read, so he fucking has a fucking personality. Yeah. I mean, I grew up fucking like trying to survive like a feral cat. Like, oh, look at him. He went to college and everything. Yeah, dude.
I bet he has money.
Yeah, his dad's a doctor. Yeah, his dad did the right thing.
Right.
Fuck you.
He had a good life. Fuck that guy.
And I hate that. Hating on people. Oh, he got it because he's good looking. Yeah, you wish you were born in the lucky ball sack too.
The lucky ball sack.
It's called the lucky sperm bank.
Wow.
When a kid's a nepo baby, it's like, oh, dude, those nuts must have been warm, B.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I'm just switching from nepo baby to like, you're a lucky ball sack, aren't you?
It's like, dude, I know a comic that has the best joke about it too. He's a long time ago. Most of us just have like a booger kid. Like I had booger kids. Like, they're just kids, booger kids. You want a booger kid, or you want like a Serena, the tennis player, Serena Williams. And then he has a Tom Brady tag, and he goes, oh, if you're really lucky, I mean, you get Tom Brady in your balls. You know what I mean? It's like, but for the most part, we're having booger kids, and this joke was older, so the tag wouldn't work anymore. It's like, or you have an autistic, like, now we know. But, you don't want a cat. You want a booger kid. You don't want a cat. You want a booger or a phenom. Phenom or a booger.
Yeah, no cat.
Not the other ones where it's like, oh my God, I dropped all those cards on the floor. He's counting everyone. Or whatever. It's a lot of work.
He's Rain Manning again.
Oh my God.
Oh, look, I left a glass on the edge of the counter.
Oh,
there
shit.
he goes.
Well, thank you, dude.
Yeah, thanks for being here. It was a pleasure, man.
Appreciate it, man. We'll do it again.
We will do it again.
Right.
And congrats. Shout out to all your future endeavors. Keep doing great things, dude.
I appreciate it,
Keep doing great things. Because I really like, I should say before you get out of here, I really do like the genuine intention behind everything you're doing. I try to do the same thing myself. I think it's so important to hold on to, in the same way that you want to foster that independence and that follow through in kids. You want to do that in yourself, and I think it's so important to have an ultimate goal, like a real thing, a real tangible change you're trying to make, and then you're not just throwing darts into the air. You're actually you have a target that you're aiming for.
Because the thing is, dude, it's like, I know it sounds corny now, but I hope everyone realizes, like, you have to have your why.
Yep.
Why you do something. I'm telling you, it's so much more important than what you're doing it for, because with addiction, it proved it to me. Dogs in the cellar, anything that you are not dealing with, that's going to win.
Yeah.
It's going to come out in the wash. So you might as well move with intent. And, there's one quote, it's like, like they said, I'm always quoting somebody, but it's like, all train compartments spell vaguely shit. It's like, all of us have our shit.
Yeah.
You got to get used to your own shit and live it, because if you can't live with it, nobody else can live with it.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds crazy, and of course, not the big things. Like, we can't live with your pedophilia or whatever the fuck you're doing. I'm just talking about not being a fucking asshole. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, I should get a radio job. All right, dude. Thank you.
Thank you. And that has been all here today on...
Oh. Let me put on my... Ruse Radio. Yeah, dude.
Clocking out.
Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block.